Hello and welcome to me ranking UK rivalries. We'll have a tier list for this all the way from the Premier League down to non-league, as Scunthorpe are in this, I think. So we've got a lot to get through, a lot of derbies to get through, a lot of decent ones and a lot of tin pot ones that aren't very good. So let's just dive straight into my tier list for UK rivalries. So we'll start with the Premier League ones, and we start with Manchester United against Liverpool. This one's always a good one to watch on the TV, it has to be said. But I don't think there's that much hatred. I think there's been, well, it was back in the 90s, I think. But since the Glory fans have taken over, it has been a bit of a crap derby, but it's always good to watch on TV. So I will put it in the decent category just because it's Man United, Liverpool. It's two absolutely gigantic clubs at the end of the day. Yes, they may have been glorified, but you saw it was still limbs. A few years back when Amad Diallo scored that win in the FA Cup, you could see Old Trafford go mental. But yeah, I do think it's been over glorified with certain fans in the place around Old Trafford and all of that. So yeah, that is where I've gone for Manchester United, Liverpool in decent. Liverpool, Everton is going to be the same. I don't think it has quite the rivalry as Man United, Liverpool does. But yeah, I still think it is top tier because of the Everton fans. They always make a big game out of it, and Everton fans know what they are doing when it comes to a rivalry with Liverpool. So yeah, I'm just going to put it in the decent category, just behind Manchester United versus Liverpool. Leeds, Man United, I'm just going to put that in decent as well. That's also a great rivalry, similar to Liverpool Everton. Leeds know how to get a derby going against a big side, and that is what they do. They somehow don't get the results against United. Maybe at Ellen Road they do occasionally, but they usually struggle against Manchester United. Everton seem to usually create something Goodison. It'd be a shame when they move to the new stadium because I think it might leave a bit of flat atmosphere inside their new stadium. I don't know what it's called, the Hill Dickinson Stadium or something. I don't exactly, correct me if I'm wrong. Villa Birmingham, pure hatred. No words needed on that one. That is a big derby. That is absolute chaos. No bias needed. It just is pure hatred. There's always chaos there. It provides a brilliant atmosphere at Villa Park and at St Andrews. If you look when Grealish scored, even as Birmingham, that was some problems in that Villa away end. And you could see it was sold out. You could see people getting hit with the fake clappers or whatever they were because the fans didn't want them. And yeah, that was it. It was a crazy game, and it's due a derby. Is Birmingham versus Aston Villa is due a big game. So maybe if Birmingham can get promoted this season, we might see it next season in the Premier League. Scunthorpe, Doncaster. I know Scunthorpe are rivals with Grimsby, but it's tin pot. I'm sorry, but where's the rivalry in Scunthorpe, Doncaster? I need someone get me a clip or something, please, because apart from that, I know nothing on this game. I think they have played each other in the league a few times in the past. Scunthorpe now in the National League North, of course. So yeah, they won't be doing anything. But yes, Scunthorpe in the tin pot category with Doncaster. I think Scunthorpe Grimsby will be a bit higher. You have to wait and see for what I do for that one. So yeah, I'm gonna go Scunthorpe against Doncaster into the tin pot category on that one. And then Arsenal Spurs, I'm gonna put that in great. I think it is a brilliant derby. You've seen Spurs' limbs at the Emirates a few seasons back. It's been absolutely brilliant. And Arsenal seem to get it riled up at the Emirates. At White Hart Lane, you don't really get as much of an atmosphere as you do at the Emirates. But yeah, not Wrexham. Why was I thinking Wrexham? Arsenal Spurs. Very, very good derby. I think it might have been glorified a little bit by the Glory fans coming over and implementing their style on games. But yeah, overall a very, very good derby. But yeah, most Arsenal fans and Spurs fans aren't even from London, apart from a few. You got AFTV, of course, and a few Spurs fans. But yeah, a lot of Glory fans might have ruined that derby, but it's still a great derby. Arsenal Chelsea's in Met. I don't even class this as a derby. It's just a London derby. It's just another London derby, isn't it? I'm going Arsenal v Chelsea into the meh category in that one. I just think it's not really classed as a derby, is it? And then we'll move on to Blackburn v Burnley because this is a proper derby. Blackburn v Burnley is probably, I'm going to stick that in pure hatred. I think from what I've been told from a few people in Lancashire, their derbies are absolutely top tier. I would have put it in great from my personal experience, but considering what people have said, I'll put it in pure hatred for them. Yeah, this one can ruffle a few feathers, this one, and yeah, definitely. Blackburn definitely hate Burnley. Burnley, of course, yo-yo in between the Premier League and Championship, so they do play each other, but Burnley usually have the upper hand. I don't think Blackburn have won a game in a while. So yeah, Burnley and Blackburn into the pure hatred. We'll just draft onto Wrexham v Chester now. I'm going to put that in decent. Don't really know a lot about it. I've seen the bootlegger vlogs. It's kicked off a lot there. So yeah, I'm going to put it in decent. I don't really know much about it. Sorry, Wrexham and Chester fans. But yeah, I haven't played in a while, of course, due to Wrexham's business with Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. I'd love to see Chester back up there in the Football League, but I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. So yeah, Wrexham Chester in the decent category. Correct me if I'm wrong, Wrexham fans, please. So now Port Vale against Stoke. This is pure hatred. This is a great game. Yes, they haven't played in a few years. Maybe Stoke might go down or Port Vale get promoted, but I think it's more likely Stoke get relegated. So yes, Stoke and Port Vale is pure hatred for me. It's an absolute bloodbath when you go. Well, it's not a bloodbath, but it's absolutely brilliant atmosphere in brilliant too. At the Bet365, I can't imagine. I don't think they haven't played for absolutely ages, so it would be nice to see a game, maybe a cup game. If not, they can't. If they can't play in the league. So yes, Stoke and Port Vale into pure hatred. Man City, Manchester United. I am going. I'm going decent. I'm going all the Premier League ones in decent, apart from Arsenal Spurs, which was all right. Because it's just lost that edge, in my opinion, just because of the Glory fans. But yeah, United fans and City fans, you can still see the banter there on YouTube and other social media platforms. It is still there, of course. But yeah, it's definitely lost its way. But Man City, Liverpool, even a derby. Same with Arsenal, Chelsea. It's not even a derby. It's only a derby when they're fighting for titles. I know Pep's lost his cool a bit at Anfield twice, and the crowd have jumped on that. But yeah, apart from that, not really a lot to say on that one. Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United, absolute pure hatred in my opinion. One of the best derbies, the Steel City derby, is one of the best in the country for sure. So yeah, that is why I've gone for Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United in that into pure hatred. Just, well, I don't need to really say anything. Sheffield United haven't won that in a few times. We'll be getting it this season again in the Championship. So let's look forward to that one. Rochdale Stockport. I know that can get pretty juicy. We'll go that into decent, similar to Wrexham Chester. Don't really know a lot about it. So yeah, Rochdale Stockport, please do let me know. I think it could be a bit spicy when you get down when they play each other in the lower leagues. Again, maybe I don't know how Rochdale are going to bounce back, but maybe it probably in League Two the next fixture if Stockport fall off, but I can't see it really. Tin Pot, I'm going Huddersfield Bradford, obviously. I don't even know if this is a derby. They haven't played in absolutely ages. So yeah, Huddersfield Bradford in Tin Pot. Chelsea Spurs, better than Arsenal Chelsea, but not better than any of the ones in it. Decent, I'm afraid. Chelsea don't really have any great London rivals. It's kind of Fulham is their closest, really. But yeah, Tottenham Chelsea games are always really, really interesting. It's just the fans again. No, actually, let's move it up into decent. Why not? It's not that bad. Chelsea Spurs, is it really? It could be a lot worse than expected. But yeah, they always provide some brilliant games. It's not like Arsenal Chelsea. It's a bit of a cagey affair. So yeah, Chelsea Fulham, I will put in Met. For how close they are, it's not a derby. Yes, Chelsea scored an absolutely last-minute winner, an absolute brilliant goal or something, I think it was. Last-minute winner against Fulham earlier on last season, but yeah, it just doesn't have the power of what I thought it would do. Sunderland, Newcastle, that is pure hatred. That is one of the best in the country, if not the best, up there with Aston Villa, Birmingham. It was an absolute jaffa of a rivalry. So yeah, Sunderland, Newcastle, very good. They played each other in the FA Cup a few times. We'll see it this season in the Premier League. Of course, we expect Newcastle to roll them over, but who knows? Who knows? Sunderland, Middlesbrough in a mare. Doesn't Middlesbrough want a rivalry? Sunderland don't. They've got Newcastle. They don't care. So yeah, that's not really a derby in my opinion. Charlton, Millwall is great. We're going to see that this season. In the Championship, which should be really interesting to see how rough Millwall fans do get. But yeah, that is a great rivalry, in my opinion, and we'll get to see it this season. Charlton against Millwall. Shrewsbury, Walsall, Tin Pot, never heard of it. didn't even know it was a rivalry. I know Shrewsbury rivals with Wrexham slightly, but yeah, Walsall and Shrewsbury, haven't really heard of it in my opinion. But I just think it's absolutely tin pot. I haven't never heard of it. Same with Newcastle Middlesbrough. I don't think that's even a rivalry. Same with Sunderland. They've got a rivalry with Newcastle. Sunderland have got a rivalry with Newcastle. Newcastle got a rivalry with Sunderland. Middlesbrough like joined the party like, oh, what? Why are we here? But yeah, Sunderland Middlesbrough is better just because they do play each other more often. Newcastle Middlesbrough hasn't been played since Middlesbrough last time in the Premier League, I think. Leicester Coventry, that is a great one to watch. That can probably boil over. The tempers can flare on the pitch and off the pitch. At times, there was a great game a few years back at the CBS where Coventry won by 3-1 in that one. Oxford Wickham is not a derby. That is absolutely tin pot. I'm not even going to gloss over that one. MK Dons Wimbledon is, I'm going to put great because it's a League Two side. Wimbledon worked their way back up, and MK Dons the old Wimbledon did become MK Dons. So yeah, Wimbledon. Yeah, I always support Wimbledon in these derbies against franchise FC in MK Dons. So yeah, Wimbledon and MK Dons into the great category. Aston Villa versus West Brom. Now, I'm going to put that in the decent category. I think that is an okay rivalry. Yes, we know Villa have Birmingham as rivals, but yeah, West Brom do create a rivalry with Aston Villa, and it can sometimes boil over. But West Brom's main rivals are Wolves and Villa's are Birmingham. But yeah, it is definitely a very good rivalry at this. Well, they've played each other in the playoffs a few times. Remember, it got pretty tasty there. So yeah, Villa and West Brom, they are rivals. It's a good rivalry to watch on the TV for sure if it is on. Bristol City against Bristol Rovers. I'll put that in great. I won't quite put it in pure hatred. I know they're two Bristol clubs, but they just haven't played in a while. We haven't seen the fans boil over or... Yeah, so Bristol Rovers and Bristol City go to the same category as Leicester Coventry and Charlton Millwall. Cardiff Bristol City, tin pot, not even a derby. Or it's a Seven Bridge derby, whatever BS they like to come up with in that one. So yeah, that's not really a great rivalry in my opinion. I don't think it even is a rivalry. Leyton Orient Southend, I'm just going to put Met. I'm sorry, some of these I'm not going to know about and they just won't be. So yeah, Leyton Orient Southend into the Met category, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't really know a lot about it. It's just I think it has had a few issues in the past. Derby Forest, I'm just going to go pure hatred. I might move it down depending on how many we've gone pure hatred. I don't want to have too many in pure hatred. But yeah, Derby Forest, absolutely brilliant rivalry. I remember when Lewis Graben scored against Derby all those years ago. They haven't played in a while because Forest's promotion to the Premier League and Derby's relegation to League One did help them. But Derby back in the Championship though now, of course. So yeah, Derby against Forest is a decent one. Forest against Leicester. I'm just going to think, who do we go? I'm just going to go Forest Leicester into the is it a rivalry category? But yeah, I think it's meh actually. I don't think it's a great rivalry. It's Forest Leicester, but yeah, I'm just going to put it in the meh category. They've played each other in Prem a few times, but I just don't think it is that good in my opinion. So yeah, Forest Leicester into the meh category. Notts County against Nottingham Forest, don't call Forest Notts. Sure you've seen that before. Decent for that one. I think that one can be a good derby when it gets going. But yeah, they haven't played each other. They probably won't play each other. The next game will probably be a cup match that they will play in together. So yeah, Notts County against Nottingham Forest into the decent one. Mansfield Chesterfield, I'm going meh, but I think Chesterfield can create a bit of an atmosphere. Actually, let's move it up into decent. I haven't got enough lower league ones in decent. So we'll move that up into decent for Mansfield against Chesterfield. Sorry, I don't really know much about that, but I know the Chesterfield fans are good. I've seen Mansfield fans cause a few issues. So I am going with that. Palace Brighton, I'm putting in tin pot. We all know why Palace Brighton is in tin pot, folks. It's quite simple, really. They're absolute dreadful. I know it might be controversial. They do play each other a lot, but I just don't see the rivalry there. I don't. When they play football, I just don't see a rivalry. At the end of the day in that one. So yeah, that is why I've gone for Palace and Brighton in tin pot. Millwall West Ham, no words needed. Pure hatred when they play. I think it does get into a bit of a bloodbath. There's scraps outside the ground. It's absolute chaos. Millwall always provide something on Derby Day, don't they? And that is why put them in pure hatred. Actually, I'm going to knock Burnley down to great. Wigan Bolton, decent rivalry. Play each other in League One pretty much every year at the moment. So yeah, that's not a bad rivalry at all. Salford v Oldham, that's a plastic one. I don't think really Salford have any rivals. They're just Man United fans that go down when United are away and they're at home. So yeah, that is why I've put Salford, Oldham in tin pot. Southampton, Bournemouth is the same. Why is that? That's not even a rivalry, although it can sometimes. Actually, I'll put it in Met. It can be. They do play each other sometimes in the Premier League, and I've seen it get a bit not out of hand, because it'd be indecent if it was out of hand. But yeah, Southampton, Bournemouth in that one. West Brom Wolves is pure hatred, obviously, and Preston Blackpool, I'm going in great. I just mentioned these two derbies quickly. West Brom Wolves, we know what happened in the FA Cup a few years ago. I remember seeing a guy with all blood on his face. That turned it an absolute shout. It's the first time they played in a few years. They and West Brom were in the Premier League, it was behind closed doors, so they didn't actually get to play. So yeah, it was probably haven't played each other for a while. Preston Blackpool, however, is very good. I am impressed with Preston and Blackpool combined in that one. Yeah, Preston Blackpool, absolutely superb rivalry to watch, and yeah. We'll move on to Fleetwood Blackpool, not even Derby, Tim Pot, Scunthorpe and Grimsby. I'll put that in great, because that they haven't played in a few years, but that I think I've have I been to one of those games? No, I don't know. But yeah, I've definitely seen highlights and reels of it on YouTube, and some of the lower league ones, they are really good, some of the rivalries. So yeah, Scunthorpe and Grimsby is definitely one of the better ones. Just need Scunthorpe to get promoted and get into that category a bit more. So yeah, that is why I've gone for Scunthorpe, Grimsby in the great category. Right, I am just going to do the last few quite quickly, because some of them aren't really rivalries, like this one, QPR Brentford. Is it a rivalry? Yes, they're close, they're near the bridge, they're near the water, and they are in close proximity of each other. Huddersfield Leeds is in meh. You can probably see why I've gone for that, to be honest. Huddersfield and Leeds can create a bit of an atmosphere when they are playing. Huddersfield are always up for it. Cardiff Swansea, I'm going to put in great. They've played each other a bit too much. They weren't playing each other this season due to Cardiff City being in League One for the first time in an absolute while. So yeah, Cardiff in great, but in League One. So yeah, I just don't think. I know there's been limps of a few, but I just don't think it's as good as the few derbies. I think it's actually lost a bit of boil in that one. Let me know, Cardiff and Swansea fans. Sorry if I have offended. It's only my opinion. Grimsby Lincoln, is that a derby? Yes, I'll put it in meh. It can be okay. Barnsley Sheffield Wednesday in meh. Barnsley fans think it's a rivalry. Sheffield Wednesday fans don't. They've got Sheffield United to worry about. But yeah, it is a mini rivalry. It can tempers can flare a little bit in that one. Oxford Swindon, that's okay. I'll put that in meh. But yeah, they've got the boat race to think about, those two. Well, Swindon do, Oxford do. Norwich Ipswich, that is in great, in my opinion. It's not a pure hatred, because I don't think it's got the levels of that, but yeah, it's still a very good derby, and I do really enjoy watching those games when they do play. Port Vale Crew, is it even a rivalry? We need a separate category here for is it even a rivalry? Watford Luton is pretty good from what I've heard. I haven't watched many games last season. I put it in great. Actually, I put it in decent. I won't put it in great. I don't think it's that good. But yeah, the tempers can boil over there for Watford and Luton. QPR Chelsea, I'll put that in meh. Don't even know. Cambridge Peterborough, that can be okay. Put that in decent. It was quite good last year, I think. Peterborough Northampton, that's tin pot. I've never even known them to have a rivalry, to be honest. Tranmere Bolton, that's tin pot as well. I've never even seen that have a rivalry before. Wimbledon Crawley's the same. I mean, what is that? What is Wimbledon Crawley? I don't think I've known. I mean, let me know. All the lower league fans, get in the comments, because I don't really know much about these rivalries. Accrington Morecambe, I have heard about. I'll put that in meh, just I don't really know. Derby Leicester can be all right. I'm just going to put it in decent for the time being. Southampton Portsmouth is pure hatred. Now that is a proper derby. Yeah, Southampton Portsmouth, absolutely brilliant derby. Do quick little piece on this quickly. They'll be playing each other for the first time this season. I think this will be an absolute classic, really. Southampton and Portsmouth, pure hatred. This one, along with Derby, Forest, West Ham, Wolves, Millwall, West Ham, Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United, Sunderland, Newcastle, Port Vale, Stoke. Aston Villa against Birmingham. I'm going to put Barrow Carlisle in decent. I think that's an okay rivalry. I think they do have a bit of a rivalry up there. Let me know if there are any Barrow or Carlisle fans watching. There are no Carlisle in League 2 this year, so there won't be any Derby for that, but I'm pretty happy. I think all the Tin Pot ones are Tin Pot. I mean, where are they going to be? I don't think QPR, Brentford, Oxford, Wickham, Sheffield, Shrewsbury against Walsall, Scunthorpe against Doncaster. I think that is the tier list done. Let me know in the comments which ones you think I've got horribly wrong and which ones I've got okay and spot on. That is my Derby tier list ranked, or UK rivalry tier list done. Thank you very much for watching my UK rivalries tier list. Hope you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, and I'll speak to you all on the next one, which I don't know what that video will be, but it'll be in the next few days. I'll think of some idea for a video. It'll be something EFL related, no doubt. So I'll speak to you all next one.